Mike here. This video is for Jay, who's suffering from asthma right now. I hope you feel better. Asthma is a common disorder where inflammation causes the bronchi to swell and narrow the airways, making it difficult to breathe. It can result from allergic reactions or some form of hypersensitivity. Symptoms include shortness of breath, coughing, wheezing, and chest tightness. So as a practitioner of acupuncture, Chinese medicine, herbal medicine, and nutrition, I will share with you some of the things that helped me and my patients as well. First thing is some general supplements or herbs that you might find helpful. First one is apple cider vinegar. That's very good for helping you cleanse the body and reduce the thickness of the mucus in your lungs. Omega-3s, there's different types of omega-3s, but generally omega-3s, you can take krill oil, the plant-based omega-3s, and healthy fats in general will be helpful, including coconut oil, aloe vera, and there's gingko biloba, garlic, mint, oregano, tumeric, ginger, licorice, and vitamin C and vitamin D, which I'll post a video link for those two below. And there's also herbal formulas. If you go see an herbalist, I can't recommend any herbal formulas because depending on your particular diagnosis, you may need a different formula. But the general list of those herbs and supplements that I just mentioned, I'll post them below, are generally found to be helpful, and you can research each one of them individually. You can take them all together or take the ones that you have access to. The second thing is detox. So try to avoid vaccines, avoid excess drugs and chemicals and additives and things like that in your food, which obviously will add to the toxic load and it'll make it more difficult for your body to heal itself, and potentially you might be sensitive to some of those things. Avoid cold air if at all possible. Cold air can sometimes trigger bronchial spasms in people. So if you're very sensitive to that, changes in temperature, changes in the moisture content of the air, humidity. Avoid allergens. So there's a lot of known allergens that typical people with allergies and asthma experience, and allergies are very closely associated with asthma because the lung is just more or less an allergy of the lung. It's just an extension of your skin. So you can have allergies to your skin, you can have allergies in your respiratory tract, which causes the inflammation. Things like dog dander, cat dander, dust mites, different types of pollens in weed, debris. Well, these are all typical things that can trigger asthma. You can do a skin test if you have an interest in finding out what things you're allergic to, and then you can try to avoid those things. But eventually, if you can get your body and your immune system stronger, you can potentially train your body to tolerate certain allergens and not hyperreact. But for the time being, if you're having very severe symptoms, then it's best to try to avoid the allergens as much as possible. Diet. You want to avoid sugar and processed foods and dairy. Dairy is one of the worst things that you can have. It's very mucus forming, and same goes for a lot of the sugary and processed foods, which generally cause inflammation in your body. And so if you're already having inflammation in the lungs, it is best that you avoid these foods. And gluten, some people react to gluten as well. So you might want to experiment with avoiding wheat products. So generally anything that's going to be processed or has a lot of ingredients in it you can't pronounce is probably not a good idea. Exercise. So if you're not exercising and you're not able to circulate the blood and the oxygen throughout your body, then things can get constricted. And in Chinese medicine, we associate the lungs with the emotion of grief. And sometimes if there's a lot of stagnation, and we're talking about physical, energetic, and emotional stagnation, and inability to express, and you have a lot of tightness in the chest because this whole area is constricted, or maybe your posture is such that your energy is not flowing well in this area, and so it's blocked up. And you have the channels that are associated with the lungs are running sort of along the shoulder and down the arm. And so things that you can do, you can get acupuncture, you can do exercise, you can try to do different things to open up these channels. You can check out my shoulder pain video for some of these stretches and exercises that are probably going to help for the lung meridians, even though it's really designed for people with shoulder pain. But often you'll find people with asthma will have tightness in this area, and this whole area will be constricted. And so you have to do things to start to open this area up. Emotions, if you have a lot of suppressed emotions and inability to express your emotions, like I said, that's going to create a lot of stagnation in your body, which will eventually manifest into some kind of illness. And so if you have any childhood wounds, if you have any unresolved grief or bad relationships or things that you haven't let go of, you might want to consider getting therapy or getting coaching or getting something to sort of resolve those issues. And in general, if you can do body work or massage or get an energy healer or a chiropractor or any of these modalities that can help heal your body by realigning and moving and helping you to release the stuck energy in your body, that would certainly be helpful. So those are my quick general tips. If you want to get something more specific, I would suggest that you find a holistic practitioner, an acupuncturist, a naturopath, or an herbalist or something, and you can maybe further pinpoint things that you can do. But I'll leave as much of the information that I mentioned as possible in the links below. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment. Thanks for watching.